Where did Hitler go after the war? Now, the most common believed place that he went is South America, but I'm going to be sharing with you another theory of where he went after the war. One of the bigger theories besides South America is, of course, that of Antarctica and Agartha. Now, if you're not familiar with Agartha, it is correlation with the hollow earth theory, that being that inside Earth there is pretty much an underworld, the nether underneath the earth, where, it's all sunshine and rainbows, trees, basically everything we have up here, but underneath the earth, hidden away from everyone to see, and you have to access it from either the North or the South Pole. And of course, that's where you get the Antarctica access, the North and South Pole access. So why is it believed that Hitler is here? Well, if you're not familiar, during World War II, the Nazis were very committed to pitting bases in Antarctica and testing weapons in Antarctica, and even there's been bases found in Antarctica of Nazi weapons and stuff like that, and research bases and stuff like that. So since the Nazis had a large presence in Antarctica, it is believed that they were doing something up there. Now, why would they go to Antarctica to test their weapons? Yeah, I guess you could say that they wanted to test away from everybody. They were kind of, Germany's not really an isolated location, so you can't really test it inside of Germany or anywhere outside of Germany. So I guess Antarctica could be a reasonable conclusion, but, we want to dig a little deeper than that if we can. And, what if there's something inside of Antarctica that they were looking for? In other words, access to Agartha. So who is in Agartha? So as we already covered, if Hitler is in Agartha, well then all of the German people are in Agartha, and it's often believed that if Hitler is in Agartha, then it is almost a safe haven for the Aryan people, and it's more like you have to be Aryan to get into Agartha. So if you're going to look for Agartha, there's often believed to be a king of Agartha, a so-called head honcho of Agartha. And if you're not Aryan, if you don't have the blonde hair and blue eyes, well, you're not getting into Agartha, and the head honcho of Agartha is going to kick you out. So yes, not only are Nazis there, but I also believe that giants are there too. So if you were to go to this place called Agartha, and it were real, you went to the North Pole and you somehow entered into Agartha, you had blonde hair and blue eyes, well, then you would most likely find Nazis and giants. That is the common belief held. Now, do I believe that Agartha is a real place? Percentage-wise, I'm probably either like 5%. That's probably a little too high. It's probably like 1%, less than 1%. But if it was a real place, it would surprise me. Let's just put it that way. But most likely, Agartha was made up by a French explorer that was looking for a Indian city that had a very similar name, and just because he couldn't find it, he made a story up, let his imagination run loose, and then that caused a string of events to people to believe him, and then write more books on it, and then you have what you have today, which is the common held belief that the Nazis and the giants are in Agartha, and that to get into Agartha you have to have blonde hair and blue eyes. So do I believe that Agartha is a real place? No, I do not believe Agartha is a real place. But if you were to go to Agartha, what would you find? You would find Hitler, and you would find giants. So yeah, that's pretty much a conclusion to Agartha. And the Übermensch, that is what you would also find there. You just all Aryan people. The Übermensch is what you would find in Agartha. So that's gonna be it for about today. Stay safe and stay hydrated.